This year, as sanctions against Russia began, a new book brilliantly documented the normalizations of sanctions since World War I as a weapon used outside a formal state of war. So, this year, there's a new book on sanctions. Because why sanctions against Russia began? So, a new brilliantly documented book has been written about the normalization of sanctions since World War I as a weapon used outside a formal state of war. Sanctions have been the normal or normalized form of normalized weapon, something that has been accepted as something to be done as an additional weapon, okay, outside war. So you have a war and then you have another weapon in terms of sanctions, and this has started since World War One. And there's now a book about that, which has documented how sanctions have been used as a tool in war since World War One. In truth, Nicholas Mulder's The Economic Weapon, The Rise of Sanctions as a Tool of Modern War, might have been timely any year. He says this book could have been appropriate, timely, any year. According to a 2015 estimate, a third of the world's people live under some form of economic sanction, some massively lethal. So, at any point in time, one third of the world lives under some form of economic sanction, and some of them are lethal. They cause death. United Nations sanctions against Iraq in the 1990s killed hundreds of thousands of people. So Mulder has written a book on economic sanctions. This book can be timely because in any point of time in the world, there have some part of the world, one third of the world is facing economic sanctions. Gives the example of UN sanctions against Iraq in 1990s killed thousands of people. Now this book was written in the aftermath of the Russian war and sanctions against Russia, Ukraine war and sanctions against Russia. Okay, the book is about how sanctions have been used as an additional weapon outside the formal structure of war. Okay, these are the main points. Economic sanctions as weapon used during peacetime, as put by Mulder in his book. Yes, okay, economic sanctions are weapons used during peacetime, also during war. Used during peacetime? No, actually during war as a weapon, and maybe even later. Okay. Second, doesn't tell you about the timely factor, that this is true about any time, because at any point in time, some people are under economic sanctions, which can be quite harmful. So this seems to be an incomplete summary. Nicholas Mulder's book is timely as sanctions against Russia have begun and one third of the world's population lives under sanctions. Does this represent all the main points that we have? His book is timely, true. But it's not timely only because of sanctions against Russia. It's timely because it can be used in any year. That's what he's saying. He is not saying it's timely now. He's published the book now. But this book about economic sanctions could be appropriate for any time. Understood? So this misrepresents the point made by the author. Nicholas Mulder's book impressively captures the normalization of economic sanctions and would be appropriate in any year. Normalization of economic sanctions, accepting it as part of a normal tool. And it would be appropriate any year. Russia, sanctions, he's written it, yes. Could be used earlier also, could have been during Iraq war. So it could be appropriate any year. Seems good, seems to have captured most, if not all the points. Nicholas Mulder's book is brilliant and timely as it captures the normalization of economic sanctions since 2015. No, it has talked about it since World War One. All right, so the best option among the given options is C.